Guys, welcome back to my channel Rewind That. It's your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can enjoy more videos like this one. Okay, so tonight we're going to be going over episode number 7 of The Oval, called The Dark Sheep. Alright, so we're going to go right into it. So the episode pretty much starts off where they left us with Victoria unbuttoning Max, you know, going down, unbuttoning Max, and trying to make sexual advances towards him. And she's trying to say, make love to me, all this stuff. So he's like, ma'am, stop, ma'am, stop. He's just kind of standing. Max just reminded me of a robot tonight. You know what I mean? Just standing there. Anyway, he eventually had to like shake her up a little bit, like, ma'am, I said stop. You know what I mean? So she stopped. And then she starts telling him, why she stays with Hunter is because she put him there. Like, she put him in the Oval. And that when she was a kid, she was literally the black sheep. And she was going through her whole sob story and basically saying that when she met Hunter, that yes, she realized that he was a fool, but that she saw potential, not in him, but in her being great. She saw the potential to be great by marrying the all-American white boy. So anyway, she's telling him all this stuff, right? And her life story, kind of. And after that, like, he's standing there like a robot listening to her. And then after that, she kind of like flipped on him like, well, you're always going to be a servant, serving people like me with pleasure. And why don't you repeat after me? Or she said something like, say it, like she was just doing a little too much. I do like Victoria, but there's certain things that she does and that she did tonight that I was just like, nah, I don't really like that. I don't like the condescending and the better than type of attitude. I don't like that. And for me, if she keeps it up, then I'm not gonna like her. I already hate Hunter, but I do like Victoria. But like I said, if that keeps going on and that is kind of like who she is, then I'm not gonna be feeling her. So anyway, he leaves. Max, he leaves. She leaves, right? After she sees she wasn't going to get nowhere with him. And then out pops Mr. Creepazoid, Jason, who was there obviously listening the whole time. And so and he was basically telling Max, you're not going to be able to resist her, right? And so Max is saying, how many times do we have to talk to you about creeping around the house? And so Jason's response was that, oh, this is my house. And that was it. So anyway, next we have Sharon at the pharmacy with Kareem, and she's apologizing to him for the mess that Barry made, and she's asking him, like, are you going to press charges? And to my surprise, Kareem said no. But as the conversation goes along, I guess his no was like, no, you're not asking me that question, right? Like, are you kidding me? Come on, girl. Do you see the mess that he made? Do you see what he did in here? And she's like, no, but I'm just saying, I just don't think that's something that you want to do. You might want to think about it. And so he starts saying, oh, are you threatening me and all this stuff? And it's like, he was just being extra super corny. So I guess he is going to press charges. And that's why Sharon was like, can you just do it for me? Can you reconsider and all this stuff? And anyway, so they was just going back and forth. And she's like, when she said, can you do it for me? He said, why would I do that for you, Sharon? And she just goes, forget it. And he said, no, I want to know why. I want to know why. So she didn't bother to say nothing. She left it. Like, come on, you know exactly why she say do it for me. Because if you claim, homie, that you love her and all that so much, that's basically what she was trying to play on. All right. But instead of giving him what he wanted to hear, she just said, I'm just going to go home. And so, of course, he reminds her like, oh, that he told you he don't want you to go back there. And she's like, well, he probably calmed down by now, so maybe he changed his mind or whatever. And if anything, I'm just going to go pack my bags if that's the case. And so she left him. And next we have Hunter and Denise on the phone, and he's telling her to come see me. And she's like, no, she came and she put her hands on me and I should go to the press and tell them everything. And he's like, no, don't do that. just come here. And she's like, why wouldn't I do it? Or why shouldn't I do it? And he said, because you love me. And she said, that's exactly the reason why I don't need to be messing with you anymore. So they get off the phone, and that was that. So the next we have Sharon. Again, she gets to Mr. Richard and Miss Nancy's house, and she's telling him about all the stuff that happened between Barry and Kareem, and that how Barry told her that he wants her out the house, and now the cops are looking for Barry. And of course, Nancy is panicking even more now, and she sends Richard out to look for Barry again. And in my mind, I'm like, can we just get Sam's connection, like his Secret Service connection or whatever, to find Callie already? Like, when is his connection going to come through so this guy Barry could stop roaming the streets and everything looking for his daughter? Like, come on now. It's just basically making him get into more trouble, and he doesn't need that, especially now that they're looking for him because of Ruth. So anyway, Nancy pleads with Sharon to stay because she don't want her to move out. She says, I really need you. I feel so much better when you're here and all that stuff. So can you just please at least think about it? Because Sharon is like, no, I'm just so tired of the fighting. I'm tired of the, the way things are, this and that. But my thing is, are you tired already? Or was y'all already fighting? Did y'all already have a relationship where y'all didn't get along like that? Because it seems like Barry just started taking things out on you because his daughter has been missing for like the past 2 days or something like that. Like, even though we've been watching this show for like 7 weeks now, I think only like 2 days have passed since, on the show. Only 2 days have passed since all this stuff happened. So Callie only been missing for like 2 days. So what are you talking about, Sharon? That you're tired of fighting, and you're tired of this, and you're tired of that. Girl, are you serious? Because you are definitely not marriage material or wifey material if 2 days of arguing and fussing and fighting is going to make you tired and want you to just split and run or call it quits, honey. So, whatever. Next, we have Hunter pressing the emergency button, and he's sending all the Secret Service guys into a frenzy, coming in like, what's wrong? What's wrong, sir? Is everything all right, sir? What's the emergency, sir? And this freaking idiot talks about everybody get out except this one, pointing to Max. Come to find out, this idiot pressing a button only because he wants Max to go see Denise for him. Like, bring Denise here. I need her here. She's not taking my calls. Bring her here. So, of course, Max is trying to tell him, sir, like, that's not such a great idea. Or, like, every time he has, like, such a stupid request, the staff looks at him like, sir, because they're probably not used to such a moronic president. But anyway, Max goes and does his duty, as Kyle said, he's a flunky because when he got out there, throughout this whole episode, Kyle, he was picking on Max and just saying a lot of slick things and then Max started to tell him like, you're really starting to get on my bad side. But anyway, when Max got out from the Oval, when he came out of the Oval, Kyle was like, you need to teach your man what that button is for. And Max said he knows. And so Kyle says something about, oh, well, he says something about in reference to flunkies. So he was basically saying that about Max. And it's kind of true. Like, out of everybody, he had Max stay behind because Max is doing whatever the president tells him to do. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like there should be some type of limit, you know what I'm saying, on what you should do and what you shouldn't do just because it's the president saying it. Like, anyway, I don't want to get into all of that. So, but as all this is going on, I'm like, the president still hasn't done one act of duty, like, as commander-in-chief. It's a shame. Next, we have a scene with Hunter and Don, and Hunter is making it real hard for the chief of staff to do his job. Again, Hunter, this whole episode was just obsessing over getting Denise into the White House. And so he says to Don, that ratchet hoe went to her job, showed up at her job. And so Don is like, I'm sorry, sir, who's the ratchet hoe? And Hunter's like, oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, Victoria. Hunter says, so now Denise doesn't want to come here anymore. She doesn't want to see me anymore. And then Don says, well, sir, maybe that's for the best, you know? And so Hunter was like, excuse me, I'm the president. Who's the president here? I am. I guess I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but whatever. Who's the president here? I am. I know what's best. I get to say what's best. You're an idiot. You don't even know how to do your job. Like, I don't even know how many times I gotta say this, because then toward the end of that, Don is saying, sir, do you realize that there's a cabinet meeting in 15 minutes? We have a cabinet meeting in 15 minutes. And this moronic president is gonna say, do I look like I care? You know what I want? I know it's early, but I really hope that after like different things die down, that all of this, like his lack of due diligence, is going to like catch up to him and bite him in the behind. You know what I'm saying? So I really hope that happens, because I just can't. You can't be in the White House not doing nothing. Like, come on now. That's stupid. Next, we got Kyle with Bobby, and he's telling Bobby that he has to go to Panama or he'll die and all this. And I'm like, what is this guy getting to? Like, I'm trying to wait till he comes to his point. Like, why the heck does Bobby have to go to Panama? And Bobby is trying to get to the point too. Like, talk to me. What's going on? So, you know, Kyle's not really telling him anything. All he is saying is that, you know, I have a picture of you and Lilly, and if you've been with her and you're holding back, you won't be able to leave the city. Bobby continues to deny that he's been with Lilly, and Kyle leaves. Right after Kyle leaves, Bobby picks up the phone and he's calling Lilly. And it's like, how the heck did you get her number? So anyway, Bobby calls her. He warns her that somebody's going to come to you and they're going to question you about being seen with me in a photo. And just tell them that you don't know who I am and all that stuff. And, you know, Lilly is, of course, she's trying to play all stupid and everything. Like, I don't know who you are, you know, but Bobby is just like, you can play naive all you want, you know, but I'm just trying to tell you to be careful, because somebody is out to destroy your life and I don't know why. And in a few minutes, you're going to get a phone call. So as soon as she hangs up the phone with Bobby, Kyle calls. Right? And he's saying, ma'am, I need to see you now. And I'm like, it's looking like it's pretty late. I mean, the woman is in her pajamas. You mean to tell me that this can't wait? So it's just, that was kind of stupid. Next, we got Barry showing up at Denise's shop, and he asks her, where's your sister? And I'm like, first of all, you know her sister is dead. What kind of stupid, suspicious freaking question is that? You know, like, when you want to ask her, where's your sister, knowing daggone well? Like, what kind of game are you playing? So anyway, she's like, I don't know. I don't talk to her or whatever. So as they're going back and forth, because he's like, I need some information. I need you to get me Carl's number. He took my daughter, or, you know, I don't know if he said Carl took the daughter. But anyway, so they're going back and forth. And she said, you need to just ask my sister. And he said, I can't. Your sister's dead. So she automatically goes to say, oh, you killed her. Everybody knows that you hated her. And he's like, you talking about me? I just told you that your twin sister is dead, and you standing here like you don't even care. So anyway, like, after all the back and forth, you know, he was just pleading with her, saying, please help me. Give me Carl's number. This is your niece. And she just really cold. Like, I don't know her, you know. I don't know her. So, but anyway, eventually, she comes to tell him, after she finds out that the cult has Callie, she's like, oh, this is bad. You need to leave it alone. You need to leave it alone. Like, how you going to tell a man to leave something alone when it involves getting his daughter back? Like, you sound all kinds of crazy. Anyway, so whatever. We just dealing with a whole bunch of... Right now on this show, it seems like the only family that actually has love in it is Barry's family. Everybody else don't seem like they have any kind of love. Like, this, what's her name? Their family is so dysfunctional. The first family, very dysfunctional. The mother talks to her children like trash, like she has no love in her heart for them. And I'm talking about Victoria. And then you got this chick, Denise, who doesn't even care, who didn't blink when she found out that her sister is dead. Her twin sister. So, you know, whatever. I don't really like the coldness. Like, I don't like that. There's like no real family dynamics. Anyway, so, you know, she's telling Barry to leave it alone. And then Max pulls up and Denise is like, go hide, go hide. And then, you know, she's talking to Max through the glass. And Max is saying, you need to come with me, ma'am. Like a moron. And she says, no, I'm not going with you. And she walks away. And he's like, pulls out a freaking key. And I'm saying, like, are we serious here? So this is what they're trying to, are they trying to tell us that the president can just have his staff pull up with the key, enter into someone else's business? You're doing all this without consent of the other person. Like, she clearly said, I don't want to go. And then on top of that, she didn't unlock the door for you. So Max talking about, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, I had to use force and all that kind of stupid crap. So he gets a phone call from the president, and the president is saying that he wants to speak to her. And she's like, I don't want to talk to him. I said, no, I'm not speaking to him. So she's pretty adamant about not seeing him, not speaking to him, just not having anything to do with him anymore. So then Max is like, okay, sir. So he gets off the phone. He pulls out some leather gloves, starts putting on the gloves. And she's like, what are you doing? And he says, ma'am, I'm going to have to take you. You either going to come with me voluntarily or I'm going to have to take you by force. Like, are we serious here? I'm not even sure what I'm watching at this point anymore. Okay, like, this is a joke. Let's not make this be so much of a joke. But you know what? I can't even blame Tyler Perry and them, because you know what? The presidency that we're in, that we see before us right now in real life, is a freaking joke. So I don't even blame them for making it seem like it's a joke up in the White House. I don't even blame them, because you know what? That's the real life that we live. So she says, you know what, don't worry. You don't have to, don't worry about that. You don't have to take me by force and all that stuff. And she says, first, the first lady comes in here, and now the president thinks he owns me. And she's saying all this, and she's looking towards where Barry is, because remember, he's witnessing this whole thing go down, and he's in the corner watching and listening. And she's kind of like directing her comment toward him. So I don't know where that's going to go. I don't know if he's going to carry that information back. I don't know what's going to happen. So next we got Kyle coming to Lilly, and he's showing her the photos of her sitting next to Bobby. And of course he's trying to, you know, coerce some different, he's trying to get some other information out of her. Like, he's trying to get a confession out of her that basically says that something else went on between her and Bobby. But Lilly held it down, and she was like, oh no, we can wait for my husband to come. Because he's like, ma'am, you know, you want to go over this real quick because your husband leaves the White House in 15 minutes. And she says, oh, we can wait for him. So I'm pretty sure that, you know, Kyle, she caught him off guard with all that stuff. But like I said, she held it down, and, you know, Kyle kind of left there with his tail tucked between his daggone legs because it didn't work out the way he wanted it to work out. So as long as Bobby denies any type of dealings or sexual relations between him and Lilly denies it as well, they don't have any proof. They don't have any cameras. So, but they did see, you know, how they both walked off together, Bobby and Lilly, and they were gone for 45 minutes in a certain direction that was not on the camera. So it is suspicious, but as long as they deny it, there's no proof of anything. Next, we have Victoria telling Jason, go get your sister, you and your sister get ready for dinner. And so he says, she's not here. I can't. She's not here. And so, of course, after much back and forth, you know, he finally tells her, oh, she left the White House through the maid's car. So Victoria goes into the surveillance room, and after she belittles everybody up in there, she tells them, go look for my daughter. And if she's not in this White House, you guys are all the most incompetent people I've ever met or whatever, and you guys all should be fired. Okay, so then lastly, we got Gail and Picky. They're in bed, and they're talking and going back and forth, and Barry walks in, you know, on them because he's looking for Picky for whatever. And as soon as he walks in, like when he sees her, he recognizes Gail immediately. And so I'm saying, like, wow, it's looking like a preview of the scenes for next week. It's looking like her little rape scheme might come back to bite her in the freaking behind, you know? It might be catching up to her in the way that she don't want it to, because now Barry gonna have to tell his cousin that his girlfriend came on to him, and when he refused, she cried rape. Okay? So that's all I have for today, folks. That was my review. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. It was okay for me. I don't want to say I didn't care for it or whatever, but it was all right. You know, nothing much happened, and it just was blah. But anyway, so make sure you guys let me know what you guys thought. Did you think it was blah like me? I will see you guys next week when we go over the next episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And also hit that notification bell so you are able to know whenever I post videos. All right, take care and have a blessed one. Bye-bye.